Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So Summer of Pain week 4 is here and we have a Darkhawk boss, and Darkhawk boss is significantly easier than Mysterio the previous week, and in the worst case, if you can't solo the guy, then you can chip him down because he has no healing and there's absolutely no reason not to drop a revive or two. In fact, I probably should have done that because I was a bit stubborn during my stream, but I did get all the solo objectives done as well. So first things first, let's just go over a couple of solos with 5 stars. Then I'm going to go over what I did on stream and how I got it done there. And then I'm going to give you some recommendations and tips and tricks and stuff like that. So let's start here with Guillotine 2099. Now, initially, it did seem that 5-star Guillotine with no boost, it's going to be kind of slim pickings. But I did find my strategy, my playstyle, how to conserve my health, because the block damage is the biggest boogeyman of this fight in particular. So we're going to see what I'm starting to do in a very short moment, and that is going to be something that you guys probably have not seen anybody else do for this fight, because I kind of just now came up with it and realized it worked, and within my second try, that worked out perfectly. So here I dropped my level 2. I do have Suicide Masteries and Recoil on. I kind of wish I didn't, but that's fine. Anyways, the point is I'm dashing all the way back to my side of the map, because as he's following me, he's never throwing level 1. And on top of that, that also lets his shield phase expire. And then I'm just going full on aggressive in with like 5-hit combos, because once he's in the middle of the map, he's a lot more reluctant to throw his level 1. And for most part, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So as soon as I kind of corner him, here he activated his level 1. But that's fine. I'm going to drop my level 2. And as soon as I do it, I'm just going to dash away all the way to my side of the screen. Let him use this level 1. That's fine. Level 1 actually doesn't hit too hard in a block. And you can only take 2 hits on a block. You can dex first hit, hold your block up for 2 hits, and then dex the last one. So you only consume 2 charges per each level 1. So that is also very, very good advice. So as he's about to throw the level 1, as he's throwing it, dex once away the first hitbox of that beam, block 2 of them, and then dex out of last one. And that way you only use up 2 of your steadfast charges. And again, I'm just dashing back all the way back, letting that expire, building up my combo meter. That is also part of the point why I'm dropping my level 2s, because I'm building up my combo meter significantly faster. And you can see the difference of me not doing this towards end of the fight, when I'm just going to abandon the strategy and I'm just going to want to finish the fight out as quickly as I can. But here it's fine. I'm still getting him cornered. I'm going to drop level 2 in a second, because why not? At this point, I'm already over 100 hits. Perfect. And let him use that level 1. I'm not taking a lot of block damage. Perfect. And again, I'm just running away to my side of the screen. And even though currently, obviously, it looks like the Darkhawk is winning in the health percentage battle, I still have a regen active once I hit 15%, because we didn't activate any of the pre-fight abilities. And the further the fight goes, the harder I hit. And it's fairly straightforward. At this point, I'm kind of already saying goodbye to my special 2, because I don't want to take any more recoil. And here I'm going to abandon dashing away to my side of the screen, and he's going to start spamming his level 1s. And we're going to see that if I don't do that, he's much, much, much more aggressive with his level 1. And he's going to start dealing significantly more damage, obviously, in the block and all that other stuff to me. However, at this point, I'm at 48% health, he's at like 21, and it's all too late for him. I could have finished this fight cleaner by keeping up the same strategy as I did before, where I was running away in my corner and just then fighting all the way back to his corner. But since the fight is nearly over, I just decided to conserve time, and obviously, here we go. I'm just going to take a bunch of hits on a block, and that is a wrap. So that is one strategy that I used with Guillotine 2099, and I'm sure you can use it with different champions as well, where you just run away to your corner, making sure that you can wait out that shield, and he also wasn't as aggressive with his level 1s if you manage to do that. Now the second bit is with Sentinel. I'm again using a 5-star Sentinel, and block damage once again is something to worry about. So I'm going to fast forward here the initial bits of the fight. I'm just slowly building up some hits, building up some charges, nothing too special. I'm going to drop my level 1 in his block, which lets me build up some more charges. Unfortunately, I lost the combo, but it's fine. Now the strategy is going to start in a second. Here, I ate some hits. It doesn't really look good for me, does it now at this point? Okay, so I'm at 100 charges, and believe it or not, we're going to pull it out. So we can see that I'm down to 39% health, and he's at like 86, but we're going to pull it out because strategy here is going to be fairly simple. You hold the block, and you dash back once he dashes in at you, and you reparry his light hit, because Darkhawk's wing hits are the ones that deal a ton of damage, because they ignore armor and resistances. His light hits do not do a lot of damage at all in block, and this strategy works for a ton of different champions as well. The base idea is just drop a heavy attack with Sentinel here, because that places a very potent shock, and then I just hold block, reparry. You can see only 160 block damage. Again, hold the block, let Darkhawk run in at me, no problem here. He's not wanting to do it for a while, that's fine, no problem, so we can wait. And again, just drop a heavy attack. Now at this point I'm at level 3, and I'm using my level 3s to fill up my health, because when you do 2 level 3s you actually get fairly substantial heal. Here we can see that at 22% we are kind of like edging out, and that is going to be the rest of the fight. Hold the block, let him dash in at you, dash back, reparry, heavy. Hold the block, then dash back, and he's not throwing any level 1s. I don't think he's going to throw like any level 1s past this point, maybe 1. And that is it. You just hold the block, dash back, parry that light, and drop heavy attack. And that is the second solo with Sentinel here. It took a bit of practice. The most important thing is to keep the discipline, always keep the block active, and that's it. He drops a level 1 here, no problem. But slowly but surely, we can see that I healed up there. I'm already overtaking him in the health points, and he's at like, what, 14%? I think I'm going to finish it out with a level 3. So again, hold the block, dash back, parry, heavy. Hold the block. There, I didn't dash back. I made a mistake. That's fine though. And I'm going to finish the fight with level 3, because why not? Right, and that is it. That is the second solo. Actually, well, I was working on another solo with a weirder champion, but I might have to delay it till tomorrow, where we can see what I did on the stream to get all of the objectives done. Right, so first things first. Well, this is not first things. This is how I beat Darkhawk with the robot on the stream, and that was with Warlock. And since Warlock was the one robot that I did have at rank 3, then I just kind of outlasted, played with a lot of blocks, and I did not use any of the tactics that I was talking about before there. So I basically just kind of played fairly conservatively, dropped some level 2s, dropped some level 3s to heal up, and with the rank 3 Warlock I was able to one-shot this guy whilst running Suicide Masteries. And yeah, that was fairly barely, but it wasn't the prettiest fight. It wasn't as methodic as the fights that I did here. You can see it took about 200 hits with a rank 3 Warlock. I didn't do anything particularly special, but here is the finish of it. And obviously at start of the fight, at start of this event, I went in with Magneto, and Magneto fight was obviously brutally simple. And it also completed 2 of the objectives for Thronebreaker. So with Magneto, it was extremely easy. You just basically parry heavy. That's fine. I did make a mistake somewhere there, which is, again, fine. Don't care. So let's charge up the heavy attack again. And that one level 3 just basically did it in. Right, so those were some of the tips, that holding block and reparrying the first light hit is actually going to be very, very important for a ton of different champions. And if that still doesn't help you, you can try out my, well, Guillotine approach, which I was running away basically to my side of the screen. And those are kind of like 2 of the biggest tips. Do not finish your full combos. You can also do 4-hit hold block approach and hope that he throws heavy attack. I have heard a lot of people have used that with like Guillotine and a few other champions, but for that you would need to kind of like boost up probably, because you will still end up taking plenty of block damage. Right, anyhow, let's go over. So as it comes to defeating Darkhawk with any champion, I'm sure there are plenty of good options. That is not going to be what I focus on. Because I will mention the mutants that I think can do it very, very well, and maybe with a revive or two. Then I'm going to mention the robots, and then I'm going to mention the villains. If you are a camp player, then obviously the top options that I'm talking about here will also work for you, but there will be additional champions that can do this fight without a doubt. Like, I don't know, possibly Corvus or something, why not, and some other champions. I do not know all of the best options yet, obviously, because the fight has been live only for a couple of hours. Let's go with mutants first. So Magneto obviously is very, very easy solo. If you have relatively ranked up Sunspot can easily solo this fight as well. I actually nearly soloed it just before recording this video with my 6-star rank 1 Sunspot running Suicide Masteries. Using pretty much the same strategy as with Sentinel, just hold your block, dash back, parry the second hit, and go from there. So Sunspot works wonderfully if you do not have Magneto for that mutant objective. Then you can alternatively use White Magneto. Havoc can do decently. And I tried APOC. I got about 40% of his health down with APOC, but I did also mess up. So I'm sure you can do it better with APOC than I did. So those would be some of the top mutant options that I can recommend so far. When it comes to villains, then we have the Sentinel and Guillotine 2099 Magneto, which I mentioned above. Obviously, MVPs, superstars can solo. I suspect that Punisher 2099 should be absolutely amazing for this, just because Darkhawk will get very little power whenever you are striking him, and that is exactly what you want, and you do not have to worry about basically that level 1. Other than that, I also heard in my chat that Carnage did a solo because he can take a ton of block damage as soon as you get a couple of those perfect block and block proficiency charges on him, and yeah, he can get it done. Other than that, I also think that Void should be a phenomenal option. When it comes to robots, then we have Sentinel and Guillotine 2099 in Warlock. Definitely know that Dragonman can do it as well. I was just shy on my stream as well to get it done with Dragonman, but I wanted the solo, so I restarted it. And I also have heard Darkhawk be successful. When it comes to other options, if there is going to be many more that I missed out, I will make additional videos specifically for Cavalier players who do not need to do any objectives. So that's going to be champions that are not robots, villains, or heroes, basically. Any champion, let's say, that could theoretically get this done. I know maybe Shang-Chi is wonderful for this, or maybe Kingpin does really, really well or something. So I'm going to keep my eye out for that, specifically to help cow players who do not care about these objectives. But these are the champions that I do recommend people use. Magneto is obviously pretty much the best option. I'm forgetting Quake. Quake is insanely good. Quake, if you are a cow player, you can just Quake the fight. Once again, absolutely no problem there. Just use Quake and no problem. Right. With that, Medusa also should be quite good, no? Yeah. I think Medusa should be really, really good if you do not need to do any objectives. Okay, so Quake, Medusa, Magneto. There you go, your best options. Probably Vision Arcus then as well. Right, either way, that will more or less do for this video. So if you do not need any objectives, then you have Quake, Medusa, Vision Arcus, whatever. And if you do need the objectives, then we just went over them here. Magneto, Sunspot, Havoc, APOC, and here are the villain champions, and here are the robots. Let me know if you definitely know for a fact some other champions that work extremely well. And if this video was helpful to you in any shape, form, or fashion, then please do hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the other good buttons, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information